Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you all are good. Okay, dear students, now we are going to start our lesson number 9 from chapter number 3, Life in Desert and Forest Regions. Okay, students, today our topics are forests, equatorial forests, and temperate forests. Learning outcomes. First one is you can define forest. Second, you can easily explain the importance of forests. Third one is you can easily differentiate equatorial forest and temperate forest. Fourth one is you can easily explain about the vegetation and animals of both type of forests. Dear students, do you know what is forest? A forest is a piece of land with many trees. Many animals need forests to live and survive. Forests are very important and grow in many places around the world. They are an ecosystem which includes many plants and animals. Types of forests. There are four different types of forests found around the world. First one is tropical forest, second temperate forest, third one is boreal forest, fourth one is plantation forest. Okay, dear student, in this lesson, we will discuss two type of forest. First one is equatorial forest and second one is temperate forest. Do you know what is equatorial forest? Forest on equatorial belt that is between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is termed as equatorial forest. And equatorial forest is also called a tropical forest. Equatorial forests receive more sunlight and more rainfall due to the Earth's geography. And in all experiences, all season and weather round the year. Students, do you know which is the world's largest equatorial forest? The Amazon jungle or a forest is the world's largest tropical rainforest. The forest covers the basin of Amazon. The world's second longest river, the Amazon is home to greatest variety of plants and animals on the earth. What is the importance of equatorial forest? Dear student, they return lots of oxygen to the atmosphere. They sequester a lot of carbon dioxide and they contain many plants and animals that may provide us with new and important medicines and other chemicals. Dear student, why is it so important to save the equatorial forest? We need the equatorial forest to produce oxygen and clean the atmosphere to help us breathe. We also know that the Earth's climate can be affected as well as the water cycle. Equatorial forests also provide us with many valuable medicines, plants, and maybe a source of cure from some deadly diseases in the form of different usable herbs. Dear students, do you know where the equatorial forest found? Countries on the equator include almost half of the world's equatorial forests, concentrated in the South America, Central Africa, Southeast Asia, African nations of Congo, Brazil, and Indonesia because levels of sunlight and rainfall along this line are ideal for large scale plant growth. Okay, dear students, do you know which trees are found in the equatorial forest? Tall, broad-leaved, evergreen trees are the dominant plants. The densest areas of the biodiversity are found in the forest canopy, as it is often sports a rich flora of epiphytes, including orchids, bromeliads, mosses, and lichens. Okay, students, if someone asks a question, why are the trees in equatorial forest very tall? What is your answer? Answer is in equatorial regions, the year-round high temperatures and abundant rainfall support plants' growth all year round. These areas usually have equatorial rainforest. These forests have very dense vegetation. They are much taller than most trees in the rainforest and their crowns are exposed to the direct sunlight. You can see a picture, for example, equatorial forest people. Equatorial forests are home to tribal people who rely on their surroundings for food, shelter, and medicines. Today, very few forest people live in traditional ways. Most have been displaced by outside shelters or have been forced to give up their lifestyle by governments. Rainforest people are small, so they can easily move through the forest. They make their clothes from materials around them, such as softened tree barks. Smoke from fires drives away insects. Their shelters are covered in waxy leaves to keep out the rain. Okay, students, do you know what type of animals are in equatorial forest? Small animals, including monkeys, birds, snakes, rodents, frogs, and lizards, and many other species, are common in the equatorial or a tropical rainforest. Many of these animals and a multitude of insects never set foot on the ground. The animals use the tall trees and understory for shelter, hiding places from their predators, and a source of food. Okay, students, let's take a review of main points from equatorial forest. Equatorial forests are a type of broad-leaved forest. Tropical rainforests such as Brazil's Amazon basin rainforest are found near the equator. They contain more than half of the world's biodiversity or variety of plants and animal species. Okay, students, our second type is temperate forest. What is a temperate forest? A temperate forest is a forest found between the tropical and boreal regions. Located in the temperate zone, is the second largest biome on the planet, covering 25% of the world's forest area. Due to its large size spanning several continents, there are several main types: deciduous, coniferous, broadleaf, and mixed forest and rainforest. Where is a temperate forest found? Temperate forests range across large areas of North America and Eurasia, as well as smaller portion of the southern hemisphere. Temperate deciduous forests, the signature temperate forest type, reach their greatest extent in the eastern United States and the Canada, Europe, China, Japan, and the western Russia. What is the climate like in a temperate forest? These forests experience mild summers and winters, with average temperatures varying between 15 centigrade and a few degrees above zero in winter. Rainfall, snowfall, sleet, and hail can total more than 2000 mm for the year, and the wettest months tend to be in winter. Okay, dear students, there are some features of temperate forests, like they are characterized as a region with high levels of precipitation, humidity, and variety of deciduous trees. Deciduous trees are the trees that lose their leaves in winter. Decreasing temperatures and shortened daylight hours in fall mean decreased photosynthesis for the plants. Dear students, do you know what kind of animals live in temperate forests? There are a wide variety of animals that live here, including black bears, mountain lions, deer, fox, squirrels, skunks, rabbits, timber wolves, and a number of birds. Some animals are predators like mountain lions and hawks. Do people live in temperate forests? Yes, temperate forests are very important to people as they provide enjoyment as well as many resources, including food, timber, and oxygen for us breathe. Okay, students, do you know what kind of plants are in the temperate forest? The main trees living in the biome are beeches, oaks, aspens, walnut trees, lime trees, chestnut trees, birches, elms, and in American tulips. Beeches can reach up to 40-meter tall and have a large dome-shaped foliage. Okay, dear students, today our home task is question number 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Question number 5. Name the South American countries which have equatorial forests. Answer is Ecuador, Colombia, and Brazil in the South America have equatorial forests. Question number 6. Why are the equatorial forests important? Answer is these forests are very important because they are a source of oxygen for all living things and are known as the lungs of the earth. Question number 7 is differentiate between equatorial and temperate forests. Answer is equatorial forests are hot, wet, and humid all year round. The vegetation is very dense as the plants grow very close together. There is a large variety of animals. Temperate forests are very cold and the vegetation is very different. The trees grows apart and there is ground vegetation in the form of bushes. The animal, birds and the insect population is not as high as in the equatorial region. Question number 8 is what problems do people living in equatorial forests face? Answer is people find it difficult to travel through these thick, dense forests and they cannot clear the land for cultivation. They also face the problem of tropical diseases. Students, question number 9 is look at map on page 90. Why are there fewer temperature forests in the southern hemisphere? Answer is there are few temperate forests in the southern hemisphere because there is less land mass and more water covering the surface of the earth. Okay students, let's start our bookwork page, page number 23, part C. Circle the things found in equatorial forests with green ink and those in temperate forests with blue ink. Some of the things may be found in both kinds of forests. Circle them with both. Okay students, equatorial forest things are a lot of sunshine, over 200 centimeter of rainfall, hot climate, unnamed species, fast growing plants, pygmies, million of small insects, hot wetlands, heavy rainfall. All of them marked with green ink. Temperate forest. Things are cold climates, snowshoes, long roots, coniferous trees, alpine trees, animals with fur, frozen rivers. Mark them with blue circle. Okay, next one is on page number 24, part D. Complete the sentences. First one is trees in alpine forest don't grow very tall because of the cold climate. Second one is roots of coniferous trees helps to keep the soil from being washed away. Third one is dead trees in rainforest don't fall to the ground because of the dense vegetation. Fourth one is plants in rainforest grow fast because of the heavy rainfall and fertile soil. Fifth one is animals are not hunted for their fur because there are laws to protect wildlife species. Next one is things you can do. Page number 24. There are some activities. First one is look at an atlas and list at least 5 desert countries and their capitals. First one is Saudi Arabia, capital is Riyadh. Second one is Bahrain, capital is Bahrain. Third one is Kuwait, capital is Kuwait. Fourth one is Egypt, capital is Cairo. Fifth one is United Arab Emirates, capital is Dubai. Activity number 2. From the encyclopedia and other books in your school library, find out about the Great Australian Desert. By what other name it is known, who lives there, and what animals and plants are found there. Answer is Great Sandy Desert, also called Western Desert or Canning Desert. Arid wasteland of northern Western Australia that is Australia's second largest desert after the Great Victoria Desert. Most of the plants growing across the Great Sandy Desert are spinifex grasses. Animals living in the desert include dingoes, red kangaroos, monitor lizards, bilbies, mole, thornedills, dragons, bearded dragons, and many other species of lizard. The first European to cross the desert was Peter Warburton. Dear student, this is just information, not need to write down on a notebooks. Next activity is collect pictures of the people, animals, plants, office work and industry of a desert. Make a wall display for your classroom or put them in a project folder. Students, we will do this activity inshallah in a classroom after the vacations. Guidelines for parents. Dear parents, all the main points discussed in the lecture, make sure students listen the lecture carefully. Question number 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 discussed in the lecture. So ask your child to do 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th question. Make sure that spelling should be correct while writing answers. Make sure your child learn the home task on daily basis. Thank you.